Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Brian. Superboard Sunday. We're back here. Little lunchtime stream for you. Have some extra time here at lunch, so I'm going to be streaming some games. And I'm kind of in the mood for some Marvel, and that's because there is a video game coming out soon called Marvel Avengers. If you've ever heard of it, so I'm getting super psyched for it. It comes out Friday, but in the meantime, I want to get some, wet the palate with some other Marvel stuff here. So we're going to be playing Marvel United, and we're going to be playing a solo three-handed game. So you're going to get a chance to see how it goes. This mod is available on Tabletop Simulator that you can find. Currently has the base box characters, which are these guys here: Ant-Man, Black Widow, Captain America, Captain Marvel, Hulk, Iron Man, and Venom. Then they have some custom heroes here, but we're not going to worry about them. It's nice, you can choose your villain. We're going to choose Red Skull. Confirm him. We're going to use the locations from the core box. So there's 8 in the game, so they shuffle them up and deal them out this way. We're going to set up some threat cards. Help. And we're going to determine the villain. It's more of a random move around the board until he gets to. So he's gonna go to the top. All right, cool. So we're doing a. We'll do a 2-player. We'll do a 2-hand. No, let's do 3-handed. I'm gonna copy one more of these. I can do a 3-handed. So I think that's what it is. 8. I have 5. So I need 5, 6, 7. All right. 8 health here. Try the old 3-handed situation here. So, who are we going to pick? Most importantly, figure out how to start the game. Played the game before with Frankie and friend of the show, Sam. I think I'm going to go with, I say these 3. Yeah, we're going to do Captain Marvel, Iron Man, and Hulk. Like a good combo to me. Now to start, I'll get to what all these mean in a second, but to start, you put all your characters on the opposite side of the board from villain. So the villain's right now over here, and we're starting over here on the shield helicarrier. So how this is going to work is we're going to each draw a certain amount of cards to our hand, and then we're going to play them down. The villain will act, and we'll kind of talk about it as we go. There'll be some symbols on the card that I'll talk about as we pull them up. Essentially, our goal is to defeat 2 of these scenarios, either rescuing some civilians, defeating some thugs, or clearing threats which are on the board here. And once we do at least 2, we can now damage the villain. And the villain, Red Skull, is taking 8. Then once we defeat him with 8 sets of damage, that's how you win. With the first, the game goes, each of you will play a card. So each character will play a card 1, 2, 3, and then we'll draw a card for the Red Skull, and then 1, 2, 3, and then Red Skull. After we defeat our first objective, we now this comes off, and the villain now acts after every 2 cards. So I would go twice, and then villain would go. So kind of works like that. The threats are pretty much there's something on every location. So there'll be a little camera rotation here, so bear with me. So for example, instead of having one damage to defeat a thug, it now takes 2 here, unless you complete this mission by putting the stars there. We have Crossbones over here at the headquarters, and until we defeat him, he's got 6 health. And if you're ever on this location when a BAM happens, and we'll get to that, he'll deal some damage and do some things. We also have Madame Hydra, and she, during a BAM effect, will do the same kind of thing, and she has 5 health. If the villain lands here as part of his movement, you will this will happen. So heroes on this and adjacent locations will get 1 crisis token. We have Bob, who has 4 health, and until we defeat him, if we start here, we have to take a crisis token. Those come into play in a little bit. Then where we're at right now is if the villain ever lands here, we're going to discard all of the thugs and the hostages from the board, and or from this area, then advance the fear track that way. So what the fear track is we're basically the fear track will be starting at 0, obviously, and then we lose the game if we don't have any cards to play, or we run we run this fear track to 20. That's that. So I guess we'll just start the game and see how it goes. So to start, we got to shuffle these cards up, and the villain goes first. But until I just want to see how many cards we draw in our hand. I think it's 4 or 3 to start. 3 cards, because then we're going to draw 1. So we're going to shuffle all of our decks up. We get to decide who goes first, and after that it goes clockwise. So we'll see where he goes, and then we can decide how to start our turn. So he'll go first and open him up here. He's not going to move any spaces, so he's going to discard all civilians from locations with heroes and deal 1 damage to each of those heroes. Advance the fear track by the number of civilians discarded. So that's kind of a bummer for us, so we're taking some damage. First, we'll do what he says. We're discarding the civilian that's there, and we're going to move the fear track by 1, because that's how many civilians were taken off that. So now we each take a damage, and what stinks there is, in order to take a damage, you lose a card. So let's look at our cards really quick. We have Captain Marvel has a wild, so that's always good to keep. There's 2 punches and a move. I'm gonna get rid of the move. That just goes on the bottom of her deck, so we'll do that in a sec. Hulk has 2 smashes, a star, I forget what those are called, and a move and a punch. So stars are always good. Punch, punch. Get rid of the star. And then Iron Man has 2 punches, a move, and a wild. Get rid of the move. That's it. So we're going to start. Now we choose where we want to start. And he's going to go on the bottom of the deck. So they're on the bottom of the deck. We can choose who we start with. And again, once we start with someone, we go in clockwise order. So I'll just go left to right. We'll do Captain Marvel first. And so the beauty of this game is when you play something down, you then get the you get the icon. So I'll show you what I mean in a second. I'm going to play as Captain Marvel right here. And she's going to use that wild to advance this track, and she'll take one of these tokens, put them right there. And that's her turn. So now it's Hulk's turn. Now, when Hulk plays a card, he'll get his icons as normal, but he'll also get the card before it icon as well. That's always good. I will do... I'm going to do this move and punch. So I will, before moving or punching, I'm going to use her wild from Captain Marvel to advance this threat. Not to advance it, to kind of advance into completing this card. And then I can move and punch. So I'm going to move Hulk, which is... move him here, I'm going to punch one of these guys. Actually, wait, I can't do that because... Oops. They need 2 damage to be defeated. So I'm going to go over here. And what stinks with Bob, though, is I can't... I'll punch and then move. So I'll punch, guy, and then I'll move here. Now it's... Oh, and I should have drawn a card. I keep forgetting that. So I should have drawn an extra card for each of them before starting the turn. I always forget to do that. These cards are just kind of now... It would have been nice to have that, but here we are. I'll figure that out later. So now we have Iron Man, so we draw a card to start our turn. Now we do things. I do like the wild. Wild's good because then I can complete that star. I just got 2 punches, which aren't really necessary right now. I have 2 and 2. I'm going to play this wild as well. So I'm going to get a wild, and then I'm moving a punch. So as the wild, I'm going to complete this task. This comes off the board. And this token now goes on the completed threats. And we unlock something on this location. If you end your turn, you can move to any other location. So if I end my turn here, I can move to any location. So I use my wild. Now I'm going to use the punch. So I will punch him. And I will next to Hulk. Okay, so 3 cards have went. Did this part of the storyline. Now it's time for Red Skull to move. He's doing a BAM. So he's not moving anywhere. For each crisis token on the heroes, move the fear track by 1. We have no crisis tokens yet, so that's pretty good. But the BAM effects will come into play. So now we look at the board. BAM effect for the villain. Deal 1 damage to each hero in Red Skull's location, and there are none. And increase the fear track by 2. So now we're moving that up by 2. The other BAM effects only take into effect if someone's there. So here, no other heroes are there, so nothing happens. So it's a light turn for Red Skull, which is good for us. Now it's back to Captain Marvel. Draws a card. He's got 2 punches, 2 moves, and 2 stars, which is decent. I'm getting a wild from Iron Man. I think what I might do is play these 2 stars. Seems like an easy thing to do. So I'm going to use Iron Man's ability first. I'm going to move. Then I'm going to place 2 stars down. Because now whoever's after me gets 2 stars. Good. That's that. That's my turn for Captain Marvel. Now for Hulk, he's got all sorts of stuff. He's got 2 wilds, 2 punches. 2 punches will come into handy, I believe. Yeah, we'll do the 2 punches. So first he's going to do star action. He only plays 1 star. But that completes this task. Now if we end the turn here, we can swap 1 card from your hand from a card that's already been played. So he's done the star action. Can't really go anywhere else to use it. So he will then... Could have probably... But then I have 2 punches, so I'm going to punch 2. I end my turn there, so I can exchange any one of these cards, card that I've played already. But I like the cards that I played. Or I like the cards that I have. And now the Iron Man goes. So he is... I should have set him up better, actually. Because he has 2 punches. And... Oh, I get to draw a card, though, so hopefully it's something... like. Okay, well, 2 stars isn't doing good either. So it's kind of a wasted turn, because part of the game is helping set up the next player for a good move, so... I could have used these 2 wilds instead, knowing that Tony only had punches remaining. The only way I can't really use punches, so I'm kind of throwing cards away right now. I'm going to throw a 2 punch away, which is kind of sad. Can't really do anything, so that's kind of a wasted turn. Oh, and I forgot to do this after. Alright, time for Red Skull's turn. He's moving 1, and another BAM action will happen. So we know the BAM action only takes effect here for these 2, but the Mastermind is going to move the damage track up by 1. Or sorry, 2. And then on his card, it tells you where to put things. So it's going to have you put 2 civilians where Red Skull is, one to the left and one to the right. And then they have an overflow. So if any civilian or thug can't be placed there, you increase the fear track by 1 for each you couldn't place. So we're adding 1. It says we need to add 2 to where we are, but we can only add 1. So because there's an overflow of 1, this fear track goes up by 1. We're adding a civilian to our left and a civilian to our right. And I keep forgetting I could have used these stars, actually. But I'm not going to take it back. Stars can rescue civilians. Should have done that. Next time. You can use stars to advance these threat cards or to rescue civilians. That's good to know. Okay. Now it is Captain Marvel's turn. Clean up here. She's going to draw a card. I got some punches and I got a couple of moves. I can move twice. Punch twice. Can't really do much for punching, so get some moving going here. I can move twice and then punch twice. But I might just move. You can use them in any order. It doesn't have to be moving twice, so how many, what's his health? 6. I'm going to use my first move token to come here. I'm going to punch this guy twice. Then I'm going to move over my turn there. Then I'm going to now Hulk's turn. Get a couple of wilds, which are probably pretty good to help anyone out. So I'm going to put the 2 wilds out there. I have to draw a card. Got 1 wild. Okay. I got 2 wilds, followed by 2 moves. So that's pretty good. I can move, do something, move, do something. I might do the same thing, actually. I'm going to move here. I'm going to hit this guy twice with the wilds. Now he's down to 2. I can move 1 more time. I'm afraid of Bam. If a Bam comes up, I'll be in trouble here. That's alright. I'll move back over there for my... Then Iron Man's going to go. He's going to draw a card. Got a bunch of wilds here. And he's got stars and... Actually, I have 2 punches left. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to use one of the wilds. I'm going to use his 2 punches to defeat this guy. And then now we get at the end of the turn, if I end my turn here, I can discard Thug from any location. I have 1 more wild. So I think I will rescue a civilian. And that ends my turn. Because I end my turn here, I get to remove Thug from any location. I'm gonna move it from... That's that. So there's 3 here. And now it's time for Red Skull's turn. Right. He's going to move 1 here. And he's going to place 2 thugs on him, and then 1 to the right, 1 to the left. There. That's it. That's his turn. So we got away a little bit on that one. Now it's time for Captain Marvel's turn. She just drew a wild. She has 2 punches. A wild and 2 punches. And she's going to be inheriting punches from Cap. So the wild will be necessary for that. Or maybe not. What's her health over here? Because I forgot we're on someone here. It's 5, so you know what? Forget it. I'm gonna keep that wild, and I'm gonna bring out 2 punches. I'm gonna punch Madam Hydra 4 times. She has 5 tokens. 1. Oops. Tabletop Simulator. Got one left. That's my turn. Hulk is going to draw. He's got 2 punches, so we'll be able to complete her task there. A move would be nice. I want to have Iron Man get some of the attacks there. I want to give. You know what? I'm going to do 2 attacks as well. No, because then I wouldn't be able to myself. So do this wild. I'm going to attack twice. I can only do. Right now, I can only do 1. The attack does that. Unlocks this ability, where I can search the deck for 1 card and set it aside. Put that card on top. And then this is actually complete. So now that this is complete, these move over. Now, Red Skull will act next. So after I finish this turn, he will. Punched once. I have 1 more punch and 1 more wild. I'm going to use a wild to move. I'm going to punch. Now we have 6. So now that we have unlocked this, we kind of look at the board here and it says the villain now acts after every 2 heroes. So Red Skull is going to go again. He's moving 4 and isn't going to bam. So 1, 2, 4. Boom. We first handle the bam. Handle it. We will deal 1 damage to each hero in Red Skull's location. So Captain Marvel is going to get 1 damage. So I have to look at the cards and take something away. So discard that. Bottom of her deck. And then increase the fear tracker by 2. Now at 8. That was that. All the BAMs are already off, and now we have to do two thugs on this location. Only 1 can go there. So overflow means for every overflow you do 1 on the fear track. 1 to the right. This is full. Go up again. Left. That 1 can actually. It was rough. We're getting close here. So that was his move. Now we go back to actually Iron Man's turn now. Iron Man will draw a card. He's got all sorts of good stuff. He's got a bunch of stars. He's inheriting a wild from boy Hulk. It's over here. So I'm going to use my double wilds double stars to rescue these 2. Then I'm getting a wild from Hulk. I think I will punch this guy as a punch action. Because I ended my turn here, I get to remove 1 guy from any location. I'll do this one here. Get in there. Alright, and that is my turn. Now we have Captain Marvel's gonna go. Ooh, this is cool. Deal 2 punches in 1 adjacent location with Photon Blast. That's a special for her. Getting 2 stars from Iron Man. Punch. I can't punch him yet, so I'm gonna keep this Photon Blast around for a little. I'll use this wild. And I will use 2 stars to rescue these 2 civilians. Have wild left. Move. I'm gonna punch. I'll punch this. Because we're now 1 away from getting second. Now it's Red Skull's turn. Open for not a bam. 1, 2, 3. Gonna place 2 civilians on his location, which is our room. 1 to each side. Okay. The simple turn for him is now Hulk's turn. So Hulk's gonna get 1. Get a bunch of punches. If I punch 1 more of these guys, then Red Skull is ready to fight. Give me a wild. So I should. One punch. I need 1. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go use my move. And before I move, I'm gonna punch this final person with the wild that I inherited from Captain Marvel. Punch this guy. Unlocks card. Now throw that away. And basically what this is now is villain is now vulnerable to damage. So I don't have to complete this mission to beat him, but if I do complete this mission, I'll be able to draw a card. So I use that, and I'm going to use my move. Because when I end here, and at this location, I can search the card for 1, search the deck for 1 card, set it aside, and then shuffle. I know he has a special card in here somewhere that I want to try to find out. Leave it is. Doing damage to everything else in the location. I'm gonna grab one of his Hulk smashes. Then I will deck. That's Hulk's turn, and now it's time for Iron Man's turn. We draw a card. Now we can start fighting this guy. We have to get to have a move inherited from. This will be good. Be perfect. So I'm gonna do move smash here. This one though. That's fine. I will play this one. So I have 2 moves and a punch. I'm gonna swing over here. I'm gonna go move, punch him for 1. Now he's down to 7. And now Red Skull's gonna go because it's every 2. He's gonna move 2 and then do a bam. So we'll do the bam first. So he landed here. There's no bam effect. Actually, the bam effect is 1 damage to each hero in the location, and then this up by 2. So because he landed at this location, heroes in this and adjacent locations take 1 crisis token. So Captain Marvel and Hulk will get a crisis token. They come into play various ways. A card of his might reference crisis token. Then we're going to place 2 civilians on him. And we're going to do 1 to each side if we can. Okay, so that's that. This is actually pretty good. He's in a good spot to be punched a lot. Now it's time for the turn. I like the Photon Blast. So I think I'm going to give it to that. So, ooh, wilds. Hulk will be able to inherit 1 more punch. So I might do that. This is always nice because that would bring him down 3. But it wouldn't give him 2. Might be able to do. But I know the top card is a Hulk Smash, which I think is a move punch. And then it deals another damage. Everything. I think that's the best way to do it. Yeah, I'll do that. So I'm going to do this card. So the Photon Blast, deal 2 punches in 1 adjacent location. So I'm going to damage him twice. 1, 2. He's now down to 5. Then I get a move punch, and I have a move to spare. So I'm going to hit him twice. Now he's down to 3. We'll get him. Oh, he does have a move though. No, I have a Hulk Smash. Ooh. So for a second I'm like, wait, I can't move there. So that's good. Now we do, it's Hulk's turn. He's gonna draw his card, which I know is the Hulk Smash. So he's gonna do that. He's going to, oh no! He's still gonna live. Dang it. So we're gonna do the Hulk Smash. Kind of a bummer. Should have paid attention a little more because the Hulk Smash is a move that has a punch added. That's fine. So it says deal 1 damage to everything else in this location. So that includes Captain Marvel, who's now KO'd. So she's off the board. She'll spawn back here. Get to her. I'm gonna deal 1 damage to Red Skull. And I get to discard all of the, making a mess on the board. Captain Marvel will come back. We'll come back with 4 cards if we survive this next round, which we should. I mean, it'd still be fine. I should have planned that better, but that's fine. Now it's Red Skull's turn. Get a bam. So he is right here. Heroes in this card. This in adjacent location takes 1 crisis token. Captain Marvel counts for that, I believe. So they're gonna get another 2. This is gonna go. Each hero gets a damage. I can't be damaged anymore for Captain Marvel, but Hulk will be damaged once, so take that card away. Go to the bottom of the deck. Go to the bottom of the deck from last time. Got up by 2, which we did. I don't think we did, so I don't think I did. So then we're good there. Oh, here we go. For each crisis token, the heroes have advanced the fear track by 4. Now we're at 18. Yikes, so that's where the crisis tokens come into play. Alright. Now we have Iron Man. We need some movement, and we got it. We're inheriting 1 move from... These are wilds, though. We'll play this. And I'm going to use the move from Hulk. Use 1 of the moves from his wild. He'll hit him once with the other wild. How much is left? Got 1 left. We're definitely we'll win this. Now it's Captain Marvel's turn. When you come back, you draw 4 cards to your hand. Back on the board. So I got a bunch of stuff. We're gonna end them. Take care of them right now. Doesn't really matter what we play. So I'll just play this one here. Do the thing. So I'm gonna do a star here. Use 1 of the wilds to kill Red Skull. Oh, come back. Looks like I'm gone. Red Skull's gone. So that's how you do it, and that's how we win there. So I believe it calculates out to, like, if it comes out to here is we'll inevitably lose. But the fear tracker was getting there. The fear tracker was at 18. And once it got to 20, it was going to be, that's the end. Would have lost. So that's it. That's a game of Marvel United solo using Red Skull. Probably the guy you should start with if you play. The hardest one we've played is Taskmaster, which is in this game. But very cool game. Check it out on Tabletop Simulator. I'd recommend it on this, then buying it retail, because I'm sure this will be kept up as expansions come out, and you know expansions are going to get costly. So check this game out. Let me know what you think, and thanks for watching, guys.